Hello everyone, welcome back on House News with me, Dadi Ramadan. Indonesia and Lebanon explores tourism cooperation through parliamentary diplomacy, promising increased tourist visits and socio-economic benefits.
The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House calls for strong legislation to drive renewable energy development in ASEAN. In an effort to shape global relations and foster cooperation, the House believes the Parliament plays a crucial role in diplomacy. In a bid to strengthen bilateral ties, Indonesia and Poland are expected to witness a boost in their cooperation across various sectors. The House has made a historic visit to Syria, the first in over a decade since the crisis began. Iranian president's visit to Indonesia strengthens bilateral relations, boosting cooperation and opening new opportunities. A group of monks from Thailand headed for Borobudur Temple in food to attract public attention. In Indonesia, Vesak is also celebrated as the Borobudur Lantern Festival. This eagerly awaited event attracts many tourists to Central Java every year. If you haven't decided yet where your next trip will be, make sure Borobudur is on your list.
The House encourages both governments of Indonesia and Lebanon to implement reciprocal visas in order to boost tourist visits between the two nations.
During the recent visit of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation or BKSAP of the House to the Lebanese Parliament, Vice Chairperson of BKSAP Putu Supatmarudana regrets Indonesia and Lebanon have not implemented a mutual policy allowing visa-free visits. The exit and entry access between Indonesia and Lebanon are dominated by diplomats from both countries. As a result, the visits of Indonesian tourists to Lebanon and vice versa remain very limited. Putu Supatma believes both countries have the potential to strengthen cooperation in the tourism sector.
Kita mendorong juga agar tidak hanya paspor diplomatik dan servis yang mendapatkan mungkin waiver dalam visa, tapi juga paspor hijau atau warga negara kita juga bisa mengunjungi Lebanon, dan ke depan juga reciprocal, warga Lebanon juga lebih banyak lagi menjadi turis ke Indonesia. Karena kedua negara ini punya potensi yang luar biasa, potensi yang baik dalam bidang pariwisata, dan harapannya ke depan betul-betul momentum ini juga membuka jalan itu di mana Lebanon dan Indonesia memiliki kerjasama dan kedua negara juga bisa bebas visa.
Diplomatic engagement between the parliaments of Indonesia and Lebanon paved the way for cooperative opportunities. This collaboration is expected to lead for increased tourism and socio-economic benefits in the future. From Beirut, Lebanon, Fajar Ilhami, TVR Parliament report.
The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House calls on ASEAN member states' parliaments to prepare strong legislative frameworks ensuring the effective implementation of renewable energy utilization in the region.
Vice Chairperson of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation or BKSAP of the House, Hafiz Thohir, emphasizes the role of parliaments in providing regulatory support. Without such support, it will raise concerns about the potential for widespread environmental damage and prolonged crisis due to climate change.
Dengan gamblang di global climate change tersebut, maka itu kita harus menyiapkan perangkat peraturan dan undang-undangnya. Bagaimana caranya? Bagaimana dunia mengatakan kita harus tunduk terhadap itu, tapi kalau tidak ada kompensasi, kita harus apa? Nah, itu yang harus kita siapkan saat ini. Tadi sampaikan Pak Rahmat juga bahwa kita harus sudah mulai mengembangkan energi kita sendiri. Kalau bicara listrik, mobil listrik, apakah kita siap untuk membangun pabrik batu baterainya? Ataukah kita siap untuk menunjang energi tersebut? Itu juga harus kita kembali rundingkan lagi. Karena jangan-jangan mobil listrik ini hanya menguntungkan negara tertentu.
Furthermore, Hafiz Thohir points out the importance of clear and comprehensive legislation, specifically addressing the management, compensation, and sanctions related to the utilization of renewable energy sources. He calls on ASEAN countries to take proactive and self-reliant measures in advancing the development of renewable energy. From East Nusa Tenggara, Rifki Magdudi, TVR Parliament, report.
In addition to its legislative oversight and budgetary functions, the House of Representatives also plays a diplomatic role. As a result, the Committee for Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation of the House holds a significant position in implementing Indonesia's foreign policy.
Vice Chairperson of BKS API of the House, Putu Supatma, highlights the important role of the House diplomacy in supporting the government's main diplomatic activities. Furthermore, the House and the public can contribute to exploring partnerships with countries which have not been engaged by the government through multi-track diplomacy. Continuous efforts in diplomacy and building relationships with non-traditional countries like Lebanon are crucial for strengthening cooperation between both nations.
Pemerintah melakukan first track diplomasi, tapi parlemen dan juga masyarakat lainnya bisa melakukan total diplomasi atau multi track diplomasi. Nah, tentu parlemen menjadi ujung tombak diplomasi kita karena memang tentunya banyak kepentingan ataupun potensi bangsa Indonesia yang kita terus suarakan, dan juga yang terpenting adalah bagaimana kita ke depan meningkatkan kerjasama di segala bidang, tentu melalui parlemen, dan harapannya pemerintah kita beri masukan dan ke depan pemerintah akan melakukan kerjasama yang konkret dengan berbagai negara, tidak terfokus hanya kepada negara yang sifatnya tradisional, tapi juga negara-negara non-tradisional.
During the meeting with Garuda Indo-Pat contingent in Lebanon, Putu Supatma emphasizes the parliament's diplomatic efforts not only support the government in bilateral and multilateral diplomacy, but also actively engage in international parliamentary forums. By actively promoting diplomatic role and expanding international cooperation, the House hopes to strengthen the nation's position and advance national interests on various global issues. From Lebanon, Fajar Ilhami, TVR Parlemen report.
Stay tuned for more updates on diplomatic relations of the House with various countries only on House News of TVR Parliament. Chairperson of BKS-API of the House recently welcomes the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland. The House is optimistic the bilateral cooperation between two countries will be strengthened, especially in the post-COVID-19 period.
Chairperson of the Committee for Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation or BKS-API of the House, Fadlizon, mentions the potential for cooperation with Poland across multiple sectors such as economy, business, defense, and education. Fadlizon hopes to maximize existing potential for mutual development.
Hubungan kita kan sudah cukup lama, sudah sekitar 68 tahun hubungan diplomatik kita. Nah, saya kira Polandia ini termasuk negara dari Uni Eropa yang selama ini juga tetap membuka diri di dalam perdagangan dengan Indonesia dan selalu bersahabat gitu, termasuk di dalam produk-produk seperti kelapa sawit dan lain-lain. Mudah-mudahan ini bisa dikembangkan menjadi satu hal yang lebih praktis, ya, dan semakin besar volume perdagangan kita dengan mereka. Tadi juga disampaikan soal pendidikan, mereka sangat appreciate, mereka sangat senang sekali bahwa banyak mahasiswa Indonesia di sana, dan mereka mengatakan sebenarnya dari sisi perkembangan IT, Polandia ini sangat maju dan mereka berharap akan semakin banyak mahasiswa Indonesia yang belajar di sana.
Additionally, Fadlizon highlights the war between Russia and Ukraine, emphasizing Poland is the only country serving as a pathway for both nations. He explains Poland has received a significant number of refugees due to the conflict between these two countries. Andri, TVR Parliament, report.
Chairperson of BKS-API of the House, Fadlizon, believes Indonesia and Syria have potential to work together in various strategic sectors. Fadli underlines the need of making this potential a reality to help Syria overcome its ongoing crisis.
During the official visit of BKS-API of the House to Damascus, Syria, Fadlizon declares the parliaments of Indonesia and Syria have reached an agreement to boost economic and trade collaborations. This decision comes as the collaboration has been decreasing due to the Syrian conflict and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, Fadli believes there is potential for tourism, specifically in religious tourism. With more than 1 million Indonesian Umrah pilgrims every year, there is a great opportunity to explore Islamic historical sites in Syria. Damascus offers many religious destinations such as the Umayyad Mosque, which is believed to be the fourth holiest site for Muslims, as well as the tombs of the Prophet's companions and prominent scholars.
Kami juga menyampaikan dukungan bagi berbagai upaya kerjasama ke depan yang selama 12 tahun ini tentu terinterupsi oleh krisis, dan Indonesia berharap semakin banyak kerjasama antar parlemen, kerjasama di bidang ekonomi dan perdagangan, kerjasama di bidang budaya, dan juga bahkan di bidang wisata. Banyak wisatawan Indonesia sekarang ini haus dengan wisata sejarah dan wisata religi, dan tempatnya sebenarnya ada di Suriah.
The visit by BKS API of the House has marked the first visit in over a decade since the crisis struck Syria. The main goal of the visit is to rebuild the friendship and diplomatic relationship between the two countries. From Damascus, Syria, Fajar Ilhami, TVR Parlemen report.
Iranian president pays a non-honorable visit to Indonesian parliament recently. The visit highlights the importance of strengthening relations between Indonesia and Iran.
Speaker of the House Dr. Honoris Causa Puan Maharani warmly receives the President of Iran, highlighting the long-standing bilateral relations between the two countries which has been spanning for over 70 years. Puan Maharani also encourages for increased collaboration in diverse areas, including healthcare and mining.
Dengan kehadiran Presiden Iran datang ke Indonesia, hubungan bilateral antara Indonesia dan Iran yang sudah dimulai dari tahun 1950 ini akan berjalan semakin baik, erat, dan tentu saja dengan peningkatan volume perdagangan bukan hanya di bidang ekonomi, tapi di dunia kesehatan, kemudian tambang, pendidikan, masyarakat, dan lain-lain sebagainya. Dan kami juga sama-sama menyepakati bahwa akan mendukung kerjasama di parlemen untuk bisa mendorong apa yang menjadi kesepakatan antara pemerintah Iran dengan pemerintah Indonesia. Dan kedepannya kami juga bersepakat bahwa kedua negara akan sama-sama mendukung perdamaian yang ada bukan hanya di kawasan tapi juga di dunia.
Indonesia and Iran's strong bond is expected to be demonstrated through their mutual support in international parliamentary forums. This includes active participation in platforms such as the Interparliamentary Union, Asian Parliamentary Assembly, and Non-Aligned Movement Parliamentary Network. Dodi Muharram, TVR Parlemen, report.
Coming up after the break, we have a special feature on the celebration of Vesak Day here at House News of TVR Parlemen.